Well, a big thank you once again to Atlas VPN for sponsoring today's video. If you haven't yet, do check out their latest deal. I'll put it in the top pinned comment and in the description of this video. Atlas VPN, developed by top cybersecurity specialists and IT engineers, created to make the internet accessible and secure for everyone. More than 6 million users worldwide. Stops ads, malware, blocks malicious links, notifies you if someone's trying to steal your data, and protects unlimited devices with a single subscription. So what are you waiting for? Do check out the link below for the latest Atlas VPN deal. Well, the mood music in terms of this deal that Rishi Sunak looks to have done with the EU isn't exactly positive. Already indications that it could well fall short, and that indeed the Prime Minister could be facing fury from Brexiteers if this is a capitulation, if he proceeds with a sellout deal. In terms of what the EU side is saying about this so far, well, the EU's Maros Sefcovic understood to have said that the deal will exist within the existing protocol. And he's told those in the EU that the EU's position on the ECJ, the European Court of Justice, that it will remain the final arbiter, would be protected in any deal. Now, Kate Hoey are responding to that by saying, on this information so far, absolutely no chance of executive being formed at Stormont. She says the Belfast Agreement has been shattered. At no point Joe Biden visiting in April, tinkering was never going to change the fundamental issue of sovereignty. Conservative peer Lord Moylan also commenting on what we've seen reported so far, saying struggling to see what concessions the EU has made in this deal. Looks like the UK just gives in and gives up. And of course you've seen these warnings from Brexiteer MPs, from the ERG, warning, saying that Sunak will be toast if he caves in. A quote there, he can't survive or win an election if he doesn't follow through with Brexit. The party wouldn't have it, the electorate wouldn't have it. Now what's really quite remarkable is the speed at which the government now, after basically hiding this deal away, and I'm going to get to that more in a moment, what their timetable seems to be. Because it seems to be that as early as Tuesday now, you could actually see this voted on in the Commons, that there'll be an announcement on Monday and then a vote possibly on Tuesday. Now just consider the fact that ERG MPs still have not been consulted by Downing Street. They have still not seen this deal. And you've got David Jones there, the deputy chairman of the ERG, quoted by the Times as saying, given that we have an interest in the issue, you would expect there had at least been some form of dialogue, but we've had nothing at all. And he says if the situation remains that Northern Ireland is automatically absorbing a large quantity of EU law without input from elected representatives and is still subject to the European Court of Justice, it won't resolve the difficulties. Now, David Jones spoke to Arlene Foster on GB News about the situation. This is what he said.
I think number 10 has been pretty tight-lipped, and all that I'm gleaning is probably what everyone else is gleaning, which is newspaper reports. It looks as if they're going to propose a deal to the UK that we should have red and green channels for the admittance of goods into Northern Ireland, and that there should be a more low-key role for the European Court of Justice. But beyond that, I really haven't heard, and I think that we do need that detail so that we can make an assessment of whether or not whatever deal is proposed is acceptable not only to the people of Northern Ireland, but the people of the UK as a whole.
So again, consider the fact that there could be a vote on this on Tuesday and ERG MPs have still not seen this deal. As Stephen Barrett points out here, interesting, isn't it, that you get some in Westminster talking about how we cannot possibly review retained EU law in a year, but apparently can review a new Northern Ireland Protocol deal in a day. And he points out that it's Saturday and we're still being denied sight of the deal. Of course, that is going to make Brexiteers very nervous as to this being actually a bad deal that Rishi Sunak and the government are determined basically just to force through. We know that they're going to get support from Labour. It looks to me like the ERG, as I said, look likely, have been totally sidelined here, haven't even seen a deal, as a repeat, that could be voted on early next week. Of course, the DUP's verdict, rumours that Boris Johnson could make a big intervention as part of a potential comeback, with the May elections already looking pretty disastrous for the Tories. And of course, Richard Tice's Reform UK in the background as well. You could see, of course, more Brexiteers switching their support to Reform if Sunak is determined to force through a bad deal with Brussels. Let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below, guys. I will keep bringing you all the very latest on this and more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.